The following thoughts on Hoppe Hour do not represent Cox Media Group or its sponsoring. Anything you hear may and will be used against you. Thank you. Voted as best local podcast in Tampa Bay by the Creative Loafing. You're listening to Hoppe Hour.
Are you feeling classy today? Sit down, pour a glass of wine, and listen to Hoppe Hour.
You're tuned in to Hoppe Hour, an hour where Hoppe rants about something. Sit back and listen in. Hoppe Hour is on now. Hoppe Hour is on now.
Yo, what up? What is happening? This is Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. For the next hour, my goal in life is to change the way you think about things. For the next hour, you can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. And I'm proud to announce we had a test trial show, but Hoppe Hour has its own co-host. What's up, Kyle Veet?
What's going on, guys?
How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Just had a good interview going. Got a little bit of both of us into it.
It was very good. We had comedian Law Smith on. He absolutely killed it.
Man, what? You don't expect that coming from a comedian. That conversation we just had was insane.
Yeah, dude. Like, it was very deep and not really psychedelic, but you can just tell that the guy's very intelligent. Like, a lot of comedians rely on shock humor, and he was just like, he made me change the way I think about things.
He went over everything from football to comedy to politics to
marketing
to meditating to... Oh, I didn't see that coming. I'm not going to lie.
So we have 3 shows for you that are going to be up tonight. Jeremy Loper from Loper and Randy in the morning on 99.7, The Blitz in Columbus. We have Law Smith, an hour and a half of gold. I was debating about, should I split up the show, but no. Most podcasts just have one long one. Trust me, it's worth your time. We go from talking about Donald Trump to marketing to meditating to bukkake and porn. I mean, it was
you got a little DP in there. You got, like I said, sports.
Target practice when it comes to sex.
You learn a little bit about myself. I mean, my company. It's everything.
So, Kyle, where can people find your work online?
I now have
a Twitter.
Yeah, I have a Twitter. Got Hoppe Hour Radio.
Damn right you do. You're on Facebook.
Yep. Actually, I think it's Hoppe Radio Kyle on Twitter.
It's Hoppe Radio Kyle on Twitter and Hoppe Hour Kyle on Facebook. You should probably just change it to Hoppe Radio Kyle. Make it easier.
Yeah, for both. That'll get done tonight.
So tweet at us in real time at Hoppe Radio Kyle, at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and we will be sure to see it in real time. And message us on Spreaker. All right. I get when you get an apartment, you're not going to always have a nice, luxurious one. My one in Cleveland, I was blessed to have a great apartment. I was right by all the bars, had a great view of one of the nicest parks in Cleveland, and whenever the sun did come out, it would come into my apartment. It was great. But my apartment now, it gets the job done. There's a roof over my head. I have no complaints whatsoever, Kyle. Have you ever had an apartment that you despised but you took anyway?
I lived in one apartment my whole life, and it was my very first time we moved out from Kylie's parents, and all the air system, like the air venting and everything, was hooked up. It ran through all the same apartments, and our upstairs neighbors were smokers. So constantly, man, it would fill our bathroom with smoke, so we ended up leaving. I broke the lease. I'll never get another apartment again.
Dude. I have the worst neighbors ever. Now, I'm not a guy by any means who's a party pooper. I love to party. I'm not a guy by any means who has a curfew because I will go to bed at 9 p.m. on work nights or on non-work nights. I'm here till 2 a.m., go home, watch Boardwalk Empire or House of Lies or Aqua Teen, so I don't have a normal sleep schedule. But at some point, you can't just be the scumbag leech neighbors who think you can do whatever you want just because you're the house on the corner and you have a decent backyard. Screw you. Because guess what, Kyle? Even though it was Halloween night, they were up at 3 a.m. Don't you think when you're being loud and obnoxious and your moron of a dog is barking over and over and over and over and over, don't you think it's warranted to call the cops when you can't sleep?
Oh, it happens all the time, yeah. Did you
think
do it?
I wasn't out of my realm to do it? I wasn't being pathetic.
So you did call the cops on these people?
Yeah. Does that make me a dick?
You're that neighbor. You're that
I'm
guy.
trying to sleep.
Why don't you go over there and say something to him? Hey,
Because
man,
they're
I'm trying
scary rednecks. I want to sleep, dude.
Dude, you're 7 foot tall. You should be scared of nobody.
Not coordinated. God didn't bless me with coordination. If God's real, God, on the second floor, why don't I have coordination? Dude, I'm not trying to get into a physical altercation, dude.
I don't think there'll ever be a point where you have to get that far. You just tower over somebody and be like, bro, knock it off. Maybe slap him in the mouth.
Well, guess what?
What?
This goddamn song was being played by karaoke. I'm Every Woman. At 3 in the morning, and they're like, I'm every woman. Da, da, woo. And it was so annoying. You can hear beer cans being played while this is going on. So you have I'm Every Woman playing, which is a decent song. I work out to it. I like Whitney. I'm weird. But you have this. You ready? The annoying dog barking. It was like wow. We had the mics off. I just fell out of my chair.
Straight backward. He starts laughing, goes back right to the ground.
That is my greater point about not being born with coordination.
Maybe you should not confront the neighbors. I take that back. Just call the cops. Let them handle it, man.
Wow, I literally just fell out of my chair. That was... You're watching Hoppe TV. You clearly saw that. They're loving it right now. Oh, my God. All right, Kyle.
Now, is this music and these dogs and everything, are they outside? Are they inside?
Oh, they're outside in their backyard.
Oh, God, I love the backyard. That privacy fence doesn't stop sound.
Oh, not at all. Especially when I'm Every Woman and a dog is barking over and over and over and over again. Dude, I can't sleep, man. It's 3 in the morning, you alcoholic losers.
Do the cops end up showing up?
And then they shut up. You know the cops showed up when it's like 2:40 in the morning and it shuts off.
Everything gone. Silence.
Oh, it's beautiful. Am I a dick, dude, for calling the cops?
No, I mean, if obviously you can't confront them yourself. You got to take stuff. If you can, you take it into your own hands.
I've confronted my next door neighbor who's a sex offender. What he does, it's a shitty apartment, but it's amazing. He has surround sound in there somehow. It's insane. One time he was playing some movie at 2 in the morning and it was loud, and I went over there and he slammed the door on my face and said, "Gotcha." And he didn't turn on the sound. So I had to call the cops. So that's why I don't interact with my neighbors, is because I live not in the ghetto, but a very weird neighborhood. So I just feel very odd when I go over there. You know what I mean? So
calling the cops is a normal thing for you then? How, on average, in a month, how many times do you call the cops on your neighbors?
This one it was 3 in October.
3.
Does that make me a bad person? Dude, I'm trying to sleep, and it's always on nights that I have to get up to go to the Mike Kelta show. It's not rocket science of talking to the mic, but it's always nights I have to get up, and I just got off of my pizza job, and it's midnight, and I have to get up at 7 to be on the radio at 8. It's never nights that I'm up at 3 watching Boardwalk Empire. It's always the annoying nights.
Yeah, it's... it's on weekdays. Yeah, I see it. On the weekends, you kind of got to be a little.
But
more
it's
lenient.
3 a.m.
I get it. That's
Do you get it? Because you live in a mansion, dude. You've made it in life.
I don't live in a mansion, and we still have dick neighbors too. I mean, probably this weekend, I think I almost shot my neighbor's dog. I go out taking my dog out for a little walk, and I hear barking and whatnot, same little pit bull barking, and it stopped me and my dog. Went after mine. I pulled mine behind me, and wouldn't let us leave. So I pulled out my gun, and I literally almost shot my neighbor's dog. It was a split second from happening, and he came out and got it. But a pit bull had his pen. It happens even, in the bigger neighborhoods.
Dude, what do you think would have happened if you shot your dog or your neighbor's dog?
I don't know. I can see more than likely a fist fight with my neighbor. I mean, but what else do you want me to do? A pit bull has you penned on the ground, or not on the ground, but penned where you can't move either way without it growling and snapping at you.
Yeah.
More than likely it's in the suburbs. So someone's going to call the cops. So that now I got to deal with the cops, got to deal with my neighbor. He's going to hate me forever. I would have had to beat his ass because I'm not going to lose that fight. So now I got to deal with seeing this guy every day. So it could have went south quick.
All right. Here's the deal. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about threesomes. And Kyle's going to talk about the threesome he once got into. And there are tips to having a safe threesome without any relief.
Why you got to bring me into this? I don't.
Because I'm a virgin, dude, by any means.
Okay. All right.
And what's going to happen if I bring up your previous sex life? What's the worst thing that's going to happen, Kyle, as you're blushing and your face is as red as a fire hydrant?
Well, divorce is always an option. I mean.
All right, we'll be right back. Hang on.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
What's up? This is Ryan Hoppe from Happy Hour, and I have a very special shout out to one of the sponsors of this award-winning podcast. Nicholas Seymour from Duluth, Minnesota is the owner of Solis Graphics, which is a badass company that will make you decals. You can buy Happy Hour decals. It's not too hard. For just $4, you can support this award-winning podcast while supporting small business here in America. Or maybe you have a band, a company, a freelancing project, and you want to have your logo made into a nice, badass decal. Nick is down for making deals, and he is very good at negotiating. If you want to get into contact with Nick, it's not hard. Trust me. He will answer your call real quick, and he is one of the nicest guys I know. His number is 330-419-0691. That is 330-419-0691. Or you can send him an email, solisdesign@gmail.com. That is solisdesign@gmail.com. And to check out Happy Hour decals for just $4, go to tinyurl.com/happy hour decal. That is tinyurl.com/happy hour decal. And when you talk to my guy Nick, just say that Ryan Hoppe sent you, and he will give you a badass deal. Trust my word, pimps. Nick Seymour of Solis Graphics is the best around.
As you know, I'm a guy who is always spreading the brand of Hoppe Radio and Happy Hour, and I'm very careful to figure out who I want to promote and who are the real Hoppe's homies and people who have my back. And one of the guys who I immediately digged in this town is Ryan Fletcher from Redbeard Marketing out of Sarasota. He is legit, and he is the owner of Redbeard Marketing, and he will help you out if you want to make some badass logo designs. Redbeard Marketing can also help you design the most legit logo for your next big project, or such things as a new logo design, logo recreation. Maybe you made one, but you're not too happy with it. Ryan Fletcher can take it and make it the most legit logo you have ever seen. He also is excellent at wedding invitations. Maybe you're nervous. Your wedding is around the corner and you're freaking out. Ryan Fletcher is the best in the Bay Area. He also is great with kids' parties invitations. Maybe you're sick and tired of Mickey Mouse and Nickelodeon logos. Ryan will make you one within a day or two. And he's good at t-shirt designs and business cards. To get a hold of Ryan, it's not rocket science. It's not hard. It's not trigonometry. All you have to do, go to facebook.com/redbeardmarketing. That is facebook.com/redbeardmarketing. Follow him on Twitter, Ryan_Redbeard, and email him, Ryan.Fletcher@yahoo.com. Trust me, folks, he is the best in the Bay, and he is the most trustworthy guy in the area. Spread the word, pimps.
It's time to turn Hoppe on. It's time to turn Hoppe on. It's time to turn Hoppe on. It's time to turn Hoppe on.
All right, welcome back to Happy Hour. Don't you like that? It's time to turn Hoppe on. You get what I'm doing there, playing it over and over. You like that?
Yeah, you say something 3 times and it sticks.
Tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. Let me know what you think. You can tweet Kyle at Hoppe Radio Kyle. Give him your ideas. Give him a follow. You have a solid 23 follows in a day, dude.
You know your fall already made Twitter, right?
Oh, yeah. Someone tweeted that. Rob Hill.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually honored that we have a fan base as small as it is right now where somebody screenshotted that.
Well, it's good. Yeah, it's good. It'll grow. Like I said, we got a new co-host. We have a new aspect to the show, more of a show, landscape than what it had been before. We're going to get more followers, more advertising.
But the rants aren't going anywhere.
No, the rants got to stay there. It's what made Hoppe Hour Hoppe Hour.
Exactly. And this next topic makes me so mad. This next topic is where Ryan Hoppe is about to explode. If you're watching live on Periscope, you're about to watch me just explode into ruins. I don't get people who let religion take over their life, where they care if two guys want to have sex with each other or two girls want to scissor. I don't get the fascination. Like this dirty, rotten piece of dirt, imbecile cretin witch known as Kim Davis. She's heading back to court. Why is this broad even in the spotlight in the first place? I don't get why you care. You must be an unhappy schmuck if you're trying to prevent gay people from getting married. You must have no sex life, no social life, if you're going to waste the time of day we are given to bitch and prevent people who love each other from getting married. You bitch. You know what I mean? What do you think about these people who are so against gay marriage? And, shut up.
If you make a big deal out of it, you're just trying to hear yourself talk, man. It's the way I look at it. I got gay friends.
It doesn't bother me. Just don't have sex with me.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Don't mess with me. I know what I got to do to get my rocks off, and what I like. And whatever you got to do, that's you, man. You got to do your thing.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I just don't get why they care. It's because they don't want to see other people happy because it makes them jealous because they're unhappy schmucks that go home and watch Jeopardy with no life.
People that do that, that claim, religion that says bad. Well, you're supposed to accept everybody. And it's the fact that you're going so hard against these people is actually you're going against yourself and your own religion.
Because it says here, dirty, rotten bitch, Kim Davis headed back to court.
No, say it just like that?
Yeah, right. It says here, Kentucky clerk Kim Davis has asked the federal appeals court to scrap a series of unfavorable rulings by the judge who sent her to jail for refusing to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples. Ugh.
They said that was coming, though. They said that was coming whenever it got passed.
She's just trying to have her ugly face and her piece of dirt widow's peak in the news because she's trying to live off this 15 minutes of fame. Because after this, she's going to go home to her average house where she might have a husband, and if they are married, he doesn't give any craps about her, and there's no love because there's no reason that anybody should spend this amount of time about love. You know what I mean? Like, this is not normal.
So she's trying to fight the fact that she's in trouble for not marrying somebody?
Yep.
Well, in that aspect, if you don't want to do it and you don't agree to it, you don't agree with gay marriage.
Quit the job.
For whatever reason.
Called the law,
quit the job.
bitch.
They can't make you do something you don't want to do. Like, if they come in and tell you, hey, Hoppe, now you have to be a shock jock. You have to do it this way. You're like, no, I don't want to do it like that. This is my podcast. Back off, bro. You know what I mean? So this is her job. If she doesn't feel comfortable, if they don't want to do it, there should be people that don't want to. If she doesn't want to do it, she shouldn't have to do it. So, but she's gonna lose business, lose company. If you're getting paid for it, what's the big deal? Whether you agree or not,
she was
it's not
making
your life.
6 figures, by the way. 6 figures, and she looks like she hasn't taken a shower since 2005. And she looks like she doesn't know how to dress, but she's making 6 figures, dude. Isn't that insane?
Even just because you make a whole lot of money. Just like that guy that was in here earlier. He's running a company, running all this stuff, and he looked like he, had his freaking flat bill on, had his T-shirt on, looked like he should be running pizzas with you.
On that note, it says here, in a 126-page filing with the 6 U.S. Court appeals late Monday, Davis's attorneys called the U.S. District Court Judge David Buning's order that Davis's license of same-sex marriage a rush to judgment that trampled the clerk's religious liberty. God, just go away. Just, like, what are you trying to prove? Like, nobody likes you. The only person who defended you is Mike Huckabee, and that's because he has the IQ of a dead rat and the personality of a saltine cracker. Nobody likes Mike Huckabee. It says here, during the clerk of rural Rowan County that's where she spent 5 nights in jail in September for defying that order. And I just loved how she acted like such a martyr when she got out of jail, Kyle. Like, oh, look at me, I'm a rebel. Yeah, like when she got out of court, like she was proving a point, you know?
5 seconds of fame. You got to take it. Would
you take 5 seconds of fame by going to jail for 5 days?
Do I want to go to jail for 5 days?
Would you do it for fame?
No.
Me neither, because I don't want to waste 5 days going to jail.
Yeah, we got better things to do with my life.
Yeah, it says here, Davis quit issuing all marriage licenses after the Supreme Court effectively legalized gay marriage in June. The American Civil Liberties Union sued her on behalf of 4 couples, and they ordered her to issue the licenses. When she refused to do it, they held her in contempt and sent her to jail. I think that's the right thing. If you're going to be a dirty, rotten bitch who's against people getting married because they love each other, then you should have to waste 5 days in jail. Like, that's just ridiculous.
But really? Well, why would you want them to go to jail for that? She's not a drug addict.
It's just because most people are for gay marriage, so it's just kind of like showing revenge.
Yeah, but it's not like she's assaulting a Leo. She's not doing anything crazy that's going to hurt you or me. Why waste our tax dollars sending her to jail for 5 days?
I think they did it out of like entertainment. It was sort of like no one liked her, so it was like, here, bitch, you're going to jail.
Yeah, I can see him trying to make a statement. Maybe that was that first, hey, we're not going to put up with it. Let's send her to jail. Let's make a statement.
It wasn't like they sent her to jail for a month, and she just got 5 days, so she got off, basically.
Got good time?
Yeah, I bet she had a fun time in jail. Dude, do you think this is going to ever change, or are people going to always just be bigots? Like, I just don't get why you base your beliefs off of a book that's probably not true. I just don't get why you care so much if 2 guys want to have sex with each other, or 2 girls want to do it, or if somebody isn't comfortable in their body. Because I interviewed Miguel Fuller from the hot morning show, the Miguel Show, here in Tampa, and he told me that it's so hard to come out as a gay man because you're afraid of what people are going to think of you, and everything around you becomes too gay. Your coffee cup is too gay. Your mouse is too gay. Your notebook is too gay, and you just begin overlooking things.
Well, I think as our generation comes up, it's going to change a lot. You're going to see a lot of that go away. That's more. It's a newer way of thinking, and the older generation isn't really clicking with it, like that judge. How old is she? Probably in their 50s?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as our generation comes up and takes their spot, it's going to be a lot more acceptable, a lot easier, for our kids or grandkids or whatever to be who they want to be. I'm pretty sure that there's a gay dude on my route that I'm like 98% sure that wants to bang me. Like every day I see him, and he gives me the eyes.
What does he do with that? Makes you think he wants to bang you out?
He gives me those eyes, and he makes his way out there like, every single time that I'm there.
Hey,
I don't understand how he knows that I'm there, but he appears. Hey, Marine. Like, whoa. How do you know I'm a Marine there, guy? So
he looks at your muscles and your swag because you flex a lot.
I don't flex at all. What are you talking about? Maybe I'm just a big guy?
No, you do this thing when you walk around where you kind of just like put your shoulders up. You can't lie. Like, you have very average muscles. You're going to begin taking roids soon. So you're doing anything you can to come off big until that comes.
I think that's just called having good posture. You walk straight, shoulders back.
That's a very good point.
Okay.
I do have a limp where I kind of hobble, and then I bust doors open real fast.
Kick them open, Spartan style, yeah. You had that limp going. You have your shoulders slanted forward, head down.
I have scoliosis.
I do too.
Not as bad as me. I'm 6'8", awkward, goofy, tall.
That's all right. That's all right.
I have quite the combination of things in life. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you got a real winner hand dealt to you when you were born. But it's okay. You're overcoming it. You're doing good.
What do you mean by that?
Look at you. You're here. You got your own podcast. It's not we're not here for my show. It's called Hoppe Hour.
But you're the co-host. Don't downplay yourself, but at the same time, don't act like you're anything. I'm just kidding, dude.
Oh, whoa, like I'm anything. That hurts right here, man, right in the heart.
All right, we're going to come back. And what we're going to do is, it says tips for having a safe, anxiety-free threesome.
And I think more of my experience is going to be less of my experience, more of my thoughts on the tips.
On like what you thought going in?
No. Just you tell me the tips, and I'll tell you what I think of the tips. That sounds like a much better, idea to me.
All right, we will be right back on Hoppe Hour after this on Spreaker. Hang on, pimps.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour. Hoppe ran so hard he starts to sweat. It's basically his cardio. Hoppe Hour is on.
Welcome back to Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. This beat is from an underrated song by Missy Elliott that people forget about, Ching-a-Ling. Do you remember the song at all?
I don't know. I'd have to hear it.
Yeah, there's a lot of songs from the 2000s that people just kind of forgot about. It's kind of a weird era for music. Like, remember Chang Hang Low by Jibbs?
Do your chain hang low?
Yeah,
do
exactly.
A wobble too? Oh, yeah, I got that. I'll do it randomly. Like, I'll go on YouTube and type in, 90s music. Or
90s music is awful.
Oh, man, but it brings back the old times. Early 2000s, you type in that in YouTube. What
are some songs you listen to? Because I listen to 2000s radio on Pandora, and it'll play like Sugar Ray, and I'm just like, oh, this is good.
I'm not good with song names or artists or anything. Once a song comes on, I know it, and I know every word to it.
Like Chingy, Ludacris, Dem Franchise Boys, Lean With It, Rock With It.
Yeah.
That is my jam, dude. Bow Wow, Let Me Hold You.
So you're hip-hop, more like country. Like, back in those days, I was like punk rock kind of.
Of course you were.
What do you mean, of course I was?
What were you, Blink-182?
Yeah, Blink-182, Yellow Card.
Yellow Card, forgot about them.
Yeah, dude.
Beverly Hills.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I want to be. Hit me.
There's a lot of the old stuff you forget about. I'll randomly go on, put it in.
There's a lot of songs from the 80s that people forget about, too, because we weren't alive. But
I was say I wasn't even alive then, so.
The song I'm obsessed with that I work out to is Come On, Eileen.
Come On, Eileen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Come On, Eileen. You've never heard that song?
No, you just said that. It's still nothing. If you want to play it, you can go and play it. But
I'll play it in a bit. So, how did your first threesome go? How did that happen?
Yeah, I thought we were gonna go over the.
We will get into some tips.
The tips. Let's hear the tips. That sounds better to me.
It says here. No, first let's find out about your threesome.
Okay.
So how did it go down? This is radio. You can't be a puss.
Very, very awkwardly, honestly. Because it was, me and another guy and one girl, and it's very, don't look at me, I don't look at you, don't touch me.
Was it weird having a guy there? You know what I mean? Was it odd?
It was, but, whenever it was first starting, once you get into it, you're just kind of worried about one thing.
Could you hear the breathing, though? Like, was that weird?
It's not really the kind of stuff you look for.
I know, but I think I would have a hard time focusing if a dude's there and you're trying to get the job done. I mean, you're on your phone. You feel awkward. Don't hold back. That's why you're the co-host of an award-winning podcast, because you're supposed to speak your mind and not text during the show.
Sorry, my wife's listening live, apparently.
She's one of our 5 listeners.
Oh, yeah. So, hi, Kylie. Shout out.
Ugh, shut up.
Okay.
I don't care that you're married. I don't care that you're in a mansion.
In a mansion?
I don't care, dude.
So let's do this.
So how did it happen?
Me and my buddy leaving a party.
Because first of all, here's what I don't get about you feeling nervous that your wife's listening. Here's what I don't get. This happened before you got married. It's not like this happened last week.
Yeah,
or it's not like I was a part of the threesome. You're married to her. You're loyal to her. That's what annoys me.
And that's why
I'm sure she's a sweet lady. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you'll meet her eventually.
I'm just saying, dude. Grow some balls.
I got you. What do you want to know? Let's do this.
So how did it happen? How does it go down?
In a truck. And I wish I had a bed. It would have been a lot more,
What type of a truck? How did you have energy to like fit in there? How did that work?
It was like one of those extended guys, a '97 Dodge Ram. Nice. So, old school Dodge Ram had a little not a full 4-door, but it had a little extension on it. So it had a little bit of room in there, but it's still super awkward.
How does the threesome begin? How do you engage the girl to be down with it? Because I've heard there's a lot of negotiating, and it's not just easy. It's kind of like rocket science.
Oh, no, there's no negotiating. It was, hey, I need a ride home. Well, I'll give you a ride home, but you're going to beg me my buddy.
Dude,
She was like, all right, I'm game. Let's do this.
And how awkward was it during it? Were you able to reach the top of the mountain, or was it one of those things where you're just like, this is not how I thought it was going to go down?
Like I said, once you're in it, you're in it. You're in it to win, man. You're going the switch is weird. That's a little weird.
Like
my
switching,
my buddy was just here about 0.5 seconds ago, so that makes it a little awkward. But
so the different orifices, it's weird to go. Yeah, he was just in there.
Exactly. So what are some of these tips that are on here? Now we'll go over.
I bet your wife is so happy about this.
Oh, she's probably thrilled. I'm going to come home to divorce paperwork.
Sex experts agree it takes a lot advanced planning to have the best possible threesome. All right, it says here, speaking with Huffington Post Live on Monday, sex writer, author Mandy Miller shared the importance of all three partners discussing the tips of the event beforehand as to avoid the biggest thing that could ever happen in your life. So basically, you have to go in there prepared. You have to have a manual. You have to know what you're doing. Here's where this goes. Here's where this goes. You can't just...
You can't do that. Don't randomly stick things places. See, but that I think she's referring more of like in a relationship threesome. Like, hey, babe, let's go bang somebody. We'll bring a guy into this, bring a girl into this, whatever. When you're single with friends, I think it's a lot different.
It's a very good point because it says here, a lot of times if it's two women and one man, the woman might be experiencing feelings of jealousy.
Oh, yeah, because you're going to get you touched her this way. You're going to touch me that way. Why'd you do that?
Which is a good point because we had comedian Law Smith in here. He was talking about how guys, yes, they can get emotional during sex, but a lot of times for guys having sex, it's just they want to get off. Like they've had a long week at work and it helps get rid of their anxiety. But he says that women view sex more emotionally and they get more attached,
Yeah.
Have you noticed that with all the women you've banged out in your career?
Oh, especially like the virgins, man. You take that first V card and they're like glue. You're just like, okay, you need to back off.
So you're the fridge and they're the magnet. They just keep coming back.
Oh, man, yeah.
Have you ever banged out a girl, taken her V card, and she became obsessive?
Oh, man, yeah. One time in Wilmington, I don't even know how the heck she ended up getting on base afterwards, but she kept like showing up in my barracks room. Like, dude, back off, bro. Like, I don't even know her name. I still don't even know her name. But she kept coming back around. I think she texted me. She texted me the next day. Oh, of course. I don't.
Oh yeah, because you don't bang
downgrade.
any 5s or 4s.
Oh yeah.
Kyle Veet only bangs hot girls. Yeah, of course.
No, you have the occasional one or the grenade. It happens. But
look at you using a reference from 2009. GTL, bro.
What was GTL? I didn't know what that means.
Jim Tan Laundry from Jersey Shore using the word grenade like you're Mike the Situation.
I mean, I'm kind of the shit.
Yeah. You're a very cocky guy in a good way of a man. You just want me to just like bust into rooms and say hi to women.
No. I say to go in that room and be very confident. You don't do the whole what you just did and the freaking Spartan kick the door in. That makes it a little awkward, makes everybody uncomfortable.
So how mad is your wife going to be about this segment?
I'll tell you tomorrow.
Please don't be mad at him, Kylie. You should be proud of him that he's the co-host and the executive producer on an award-winning show that is growing, and that comes with radio. It comes with the fact that you have to be honest and open, and he loves you dearly. So this isn't something where me and him performed in Eiffel Tower with a girl here in the parking lot. This is him before he met you in the days when he would just get off, the good old days of Kyle Veets overcompensating for all the time when he was in the Army.
I wasn't in the Army. You can stop saying that.
You're in the Army.
I was in the Marines there, buddy.
I love how mad that gets you when I say you're in the Army.
Tell any Marine he's a soldier. He wants to punch you in the face.
You're in the Army.
Okay, guy. Anyways, what's the next
What are you
tip?
going to do if I keep saying that?
What's the next tip?
It's about it.
That's it? That was the one.
Because they couldn't
regulation?
figure out tips. They're like, hopefully it happens.
Make sure it's planned out. And I mean, that's it. I guess it's an all-encompassing tip. You got to tell them how to plan it out, though. I mean, you got to convince first. You got to convince your wife, or wife convince your husband.
Do you use the word threesome, or do you say Eiffel? Do you say gang? What do you say?
What do you mean when you're trying to convince?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd pull it more of, hey, what do you think about pulling an extra person in the bedroom?
Damn, you're smooth.
You can't say let's go have a threesome or let's go Eiffel Tower or somebody.
Especially Eiffel Tower. That word's not going to exactly bring people in.
Especially because that means I'm bringing another guy into the bedroom with me and my wife, and that's not going to happen. I'll punch you right in your mouth.
Here's the deal.
Happy hour is about to end. But first, it's time for Last Call.
I've had quite the day of radio. I interviewed Jeremy Loper from the top-rated Loper and Randy in the Morning Show on 99.7 The Blitz in Columbus, and he killed it. And then I have an hour-and-a-half interview with Law Smith. How do you think that went? Because that was deep, funny, dirty. How do you think it went?
That one kept going. That guy knows how to talk. He's intellectual, man. I think there's a point there where he turned around. He was interviewing me.
Yeah, I mean,
stop and be like, whoa. You kind of switched the role on me.
When I have guys like that on the show that are really good at talking, it kind of motivates me to improve how to live a life that's worth talking about. Because he's done so much, dude. I respect the hell out of him.
He's given good tips, too, like going to the improv thing. Like I do not have a problem talking. I like talking to people. I'm a very people person. People call me like a golden retriever puppy. Because I'm friendly to everybody. I make friends, with everybody. Everybody likes me. But for somebody that does have that problem and is weird around people, doing something like that would be awesome.
Get you out of your comfort zone.
Exactly.
It makes you have to be around
get you
people.
up there, and just some of the stuff he was saying. You bring a comedian, you think it's going to be all jokes nonstop, and it really wasn't. It got into a really deep conversation and talking about meditation.
Because I hate when guys come in. I've never had it, but I've heard about it on podcasts, and they just try to crack jokes. And I had prep. I had things I wanted to ask him, but that was just a laid-back segment. I was just going off of him, which is something I pat myself on the back about, is the fact that I'm just working on having a conversation and not going, so who are your influences? When was the time you bombed? Like, who cares? He's been asked that 100 times. You want to ask things that are more unique.
You get more of like inside of his life.
So, happy hour is about to end, but it's not hard to get into contact with me. Tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. Email me, ryan@hopperadio.com. Also, you can go to the app in the Google Play and iPhone shop by searching up Hoppe Radio. And as Kyle pointed out during the break, you can listen to the show live and chat me via the app. And you can listen to all 29 interviews I've conducted and listen to all my rants on demand. Email me if you want to be a sponsor. Email me if you have critiques. Email me if you have any advice or ideas for the show. It's ryan@hopperadio.com. What's your contact info?
You can find me at Hoppe Radio Kyle on Twitter.
Yes.
And Hoppe Hour Kyle on Facebook. Same thing goes. You have anything you want to see on the show, anything, people that are realistic that you want to be on the show, I can work on getting that stuff done for you. But I'll answer tweets, messages, whichever, throughout. And that's a big thing, is letting people know they can listen live to the show through the app.
Someone just said to me, you have a lot of talent, Hoppe. I really hope people see it. It's one of those things where I don't want to force it, though. I don't want to shove it down people's throat, but I've wanted to do this for way too long, Kyle. You know what I mean? I've come so far. I did a show 3 years ago where I couldn't get a word out. And I interviewed a Chicago Bears player, and I couldn't get a word out. But now I know I would do a good interview. So I just want Happy Hour to keep growing throughout the years.
We're going to. We really need to start pushing the app. You got to start pushing the app. Let me know they can't listen live. We're going to we're going to try to be more punctual. So when you see it on our tweets or on Facebook, whatever, we're going to go live at 8:30. We're going to go live at this time. We're going to try to stay on top of that. So when you tune into the app, you'll have it live and you can listen to it live.
This has been Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe.
And I'm your co-host, Kyle V.
Peace out.
Everybody. Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
This is an official broadcast of Hoppe Radio. For more info, check out hopperadio.com and hoppesworld.com.
Seriously? $8.
There's just $200 here, Nappy.
Seriously? $200? I can barely let the porn shoot for that much.
Porn shoot?
Yeah, we direct pornos.
You teach him El Porno yet, Juby? Huh?
Shut up!
What is this word? El porno.
It means wealth. It's how you use your body to make money. Isn't that right, Juby? Tell him. Tell him with your mouth.
Shut up, Nappy. Where's Mappy?
We left his ass back at the house. Who needs maps anymore? I'll tell you where to go. I'm Gypsy, the GPS.
Gypsy can run the camera. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll run the camera. I'll run it good.
Hey, did I see Jubilee over here? Where is she?
You know Jubilee?